Welcome to a tour of Canada's Aviation Hall of Fame. The hall is located in the facilities of the Reynolds Alberta Museum in Wetaskiwin, Alberta, south of Edmonton. The Reynolds Alberta Museum is an impressive building showing the collection of cars, aircraft, and machines collected over many years by its benefactor, Stan Reynolds. The first thing we see when we enter the building is a Curtiss Canuck hanging from the ceiling. It was used as a training aircraft during World War I. Ace Wap May flew this plane from 1919 to 1924, and in fact flew it west to Edson, Alberta in 1919 with a detective as his passenger. This was the first use of an aircraft for a manhunt in Canada. The Reynolds Alberta Museum has an impressive display that tells the story of Stan Reynolds' life as a collector. The large hangar ahead contains the stories of the members of the Hall of Fame. As we enter the hangar, we're amazed at the aircraft displayed here. This is the Hall of Fame. Around this hangar, we find a display panel for each member. The hall has over 200 members. They represent the best of all in pilots, air mechanics, astronauts, entrepreneurs, historians, artists, and more. These include such members as Jim McBride, Russ Bannock, Bud White, Max Ward, Chris Hadfield, Mark Garneau, Rosella Bjornson, Punch Dickens, Tom Lamb, and Wap May. The hall had its beginnings in 1973 when Punch Dickens, Ray Monroe, and a few other aviators got together to discuss the need to honor the many who had contributed so much to the development of aviation in Canada. The first induction dinner was held in Edmonton in July 1974 with 79 inductees. There were over 600 people in attendance. It was certainly a black tie affair. The hall also recognizes the contributions made by aviation-related organizations such as the RCAF, Golden Hawks Air Demonstration Team, COPA, the Canadian Owners and Pilots Association, the Air Cadet League of Canada, Search and Rescue Canada. The artifacts we see around the hangar have been donated by members of the hall. The hall appreciates having these on display for the public to see. Thanks to the generosity of the Alberta government and the Reynolds Alberta Museum, the Hall of Fame has a home. When the museum opened in 1992, the Hall of Fame was invited to move its operations from Edmonton to Wetaskiwin, where it has been ever since. In order to keep the stories alive in the hearts and minds of all Canadians, the hall published a beautiful coffee table book about the members in 1999 and prints annual updates to keep current with new inductees each year. It publishes a newsletter, The Flyer, several times a year and maintains its own website. Each year it holds an induction dinner when new members are inducted. These induction galas are held in different parts of Canada from east to west. Another important aspect of the hall's activities is that it keeps in touch with its members and their families. This special display tells about the Canadians who won the Victoria Cross for their heroism in battle in both World War I and World War II. We are now moving to the large collection storage facility. In this warehouse is an amazing collection of aircraft and vehicles not often seen by the public. Many of these items are waiting to be moved to the restoration area in the main building. This building houses the hall's archives and all of its records. Each member has a designated storage box which keeps his or her artifacts, photos, newspaper clippings in a safe place. The hall is in the process of digitizing its artifacts and photos. This work is the focus of the summer students who come to work for several weeks each year. The hall depends on members and families to save their memorabilia to donate to the hall at a later date. These items keep the memories alive. The hall depends on the public to nominate new members each year. You can go onto the website to find the forms and instructions. Don't wait if you know someone who deserves to be honored by induction into the Hall of Fame. Do it now.